Welcome, everybody. It is Business Monday here at GoLocal Live. I'm Josh Fenton, CEO of GoLocal. I'm with
Chip Samson. Oh, I didn't know if it was the presentation.
With Chip Samson, beer. What do you call entrepreneur? Beer Baron. From Shaidzon Beer Company down in West Kingstown. Second year anniversary.
Yep.
The empire is growing. Give us an update from the last time you were.
I think Empire and Baron might be pretty exaggerated.
I think you should take them.
Yeah. I'll run with it.
If you claim it, you are it, right?
Yeah.
I give your limitations and they are yours.
Beer Baron.
Beer Baron.
So we just had our second year anniversary party the day after Thanksgiving, and it was definitely a great event for us. We had some live music. We did some specialty beer releases, which were definitely well received. As we went through all of that, and exciting time. I think it's always a good time. We see a lot of people come out that are family, friends, supporters, beer enthusiasts that have enjoyed Shaidzon over those 2 years, and they come out to celebrate with us. So I think it was overall a successful party and a great milestone to reach.
How many beers are you now producing?
At any one time, we have 8 beers on tap at the brewery, and throughout the year we probably do somewhere in the range of maybe 30 beers, 25 to 30 beers a year. In total, we've passed 50 different brands that we've put out in those 2 years.
What has been the single best-selling, most popular People's Choice Award?
It's hard to say because we don't brew them all equal amounts, but our Buffalo Check Pilsner has become a staple for us, and definitely something we put there at the forefront. It's well received at the tasting room. We enjoy it. We have great success with it in restaurants and in package stores throughout the state. So it's something where, it wouldn't maybe be the best seller all the time, apples to apples, compared to some of the other beers. But it does very well. It's really consistent for us.
And what's been the big surprise in year 2? What is it that you've been able to accomplish as a company that maybe you didn't anticipate would be able to be realized?
I think in the second year, what we realized and really grew on was an effort to improve the space where we are at our brewery. We understand that the popularity of breweries, visiting breweries, having beers while visiting a brewery has definitely grown in Rhode Island, and I think we identified that, and we knew that it would help us to put more of an effort toward making it a better space and have more entertainment in the space. We started doing music, and the music has worked out really well for us. We added more seating and more square footage overall, just kind of being creative how we store some of the stuff, because space is limited for sure.
Yeah.
But really using what we have, try and maximize
and you're on the backside of URI over by the train station, right?
We are. Yeah, we joke that we're the closest beer to the campus for events like basketball games, football games, stuff like that. So we definitely make a push that people should come by before those games or anything else that they're doing.
Are you the biggest brewer in Kingston?
No, not even close. Well, in Kingston.
Yes, in Kingston.
In West Kingston, we are. It's just funny because somebody gave us an award one time that said we're the best brewery in West Kingston as the only brewery in West Kingston.
You do not need to explain the second part. Just go with the biggest and the best in West Kingston.
That's the empire where it is.
What's been the biggest frustration in kind of growing the company? All of us entrepreneurs know it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
What's been the most annoying step back?
And that's definitely a great thing to call out, and it really is that you put in a lot of time, a lot of money to a lot of aspects of it, and fortunately, we are doing well in the sense like looking at year 2
profitable
over year 1. We have gone profitable in that second year as opposed to the first year, which
they'd
is
be loving
very
you on
nice.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, they should look at us. Maybe expand it.
Mr. Wonderful would be
a
like
pitch to somebody.
Check.
Who's interested? But with the frustrations, a lot of things you see, you'll put in a great deal of time, money, effort to a certain beer, an event at the brewery, or just like a strategy that you have or that we put together, and it'll fall short of what we expect and what our projections would be for that, say, event or beer. But the funny thing that works in your favor is sometimes you don't put as much effort into something and it pans out great for you. So
No, it's unbelievable.
yeah, we'll
Put up a story. It'll have 20 hours of research behind it. Public documents, this, that, and the other, and then some story about somebody finding a quarter on the street. Does 10 times
it gets you all the traction that you were looking for
you're
something
never quite
else.
Sure. Where do you go next? What's the strategy for growing the company? To be able to take it to the next level and make it kind of bulletproof.
So we added employees in a more full-time role this year, which we had never had in our first year. We still have some people that are working with us that have been working with us from the beginning, which is great. And there's people in that tasting room and event role, but we hired a second brewer for the first time. Josh, my business partner, was our head brewer and still is. But it's definitely nice to have an added hands-on capacity in production that will allow us to have more beer at the brewery while also getting more beer out to the restaurants and the package stores throughout the state, which in effect not only help us get the sales of our product in more places, but also the awareness to consumers, who are in different parts of the state that maybe haven't come down to visit us at the brewery yet.
There are people who have not come down to the brewery.
It's a small number. We're trying to,
identify them.
It's a colony without Wi-Fi. So we're trying to find them.
Burrillville, Foster, Gloucester.
I wasn't going to name anyone in particular.
Block Island.
Block Island, yeah.
The industry, I think everybody took a last week when Nick Garrison had a foolproof, kind of one of the early guys into the market. I think somebody that everybody really liked and respected, smart guy, charming. We've had him on here a number of times. Announced that he was putting his company up for sale. What was your take on that?
It certainly did come as some surprise, and like you were saying about Nick, Nick's been one of the pioneers in the state of Rhode Island. He's worked with legislative changes that we've seen in our favor in Rhode Island. He's been a leader of our Rhode Island Brewers Guild, which has been tremendous for all of the breweries, and I think will continue to be really beneficial for all of us. It's one of those things, I think, where you never know entirely what's going on, and you hope that it's timed as a decision he made that he's said it's for the best for him. You don't like to see it happen, but I think it's something we'll see and hear more about in time. I'm sure as I'll catch up with Nick, which I'll do just as he'll stay involved with the breweries, as I'm sure.
24 breweries around the state.
Yeah,
and
I think it might even be more. Or
Westerly. We got
coming
the list
soon
from Commerce.
Oh, okay.
From
maybe
Westerly
coming soon.
with Gray Sale and folks up in Woonsocket, kind of the whole state covered. We only have 39 cities and towns. Almost a brewer per city and town.
Close to. And some, of course, have more. So
what's the limit? What's the opportunity? Where does the industry go?
I think there's still a great deal of opportunity in Rhode Island. You look at a neighboring state in Massachusetts, and of course the population of Massachusetts far outweighs Rhode Island, but Massachusetts has passed 200 breweries, and they just have a further ahead culture maybe toward craft beer, and I think that's where there's still a lot of opportunity for Rhode Island, where people maybe haven't become aware of, all these different selections, different kinds of beer, how good the beer is in Rhode Island now. I mean, you probably look back in time, people wouldn't recognize Rhode Island breweries on the map with, other parts of New England that were maybe thought to be further ahead in the beer world. And now, there's several Rhode Island breweries that are probably recognized nationwide, if not just only in the region. So it's definitely a good chunk of opportunity out there, and I think it's something that it's a responsibility of all of us as the breweries in the state to keep working on that, and I think it's something that we do well in a collaborative effort with the breweries getting together, which is a good supportive culture and team between the breweries. But there's still a lot of people who are going to, pick up macro domestics at liquor stores or at the restaurants they go to, and those people could be turned on to, the
They
great
just don't
products.
know any better, right?
And I think that they haven't tried it. Like they don't know any better. They just haven't expanded outside of that.
How many cans of beer can you possibly drink?
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing is probably large quantities because that's sometimes how it is drank.
Yeah, that's right. And they don't make an IPA.
No, not many of them. Some are probably starting to in the popularity of the IPA style.
Do you ever see expansion outside of your location in West Kingstown? Could you see yourself opening something in the Providence area or?
I think we would like to do something like that. So we expanded our space a little bit in West Kingston this year, where we added a beer garden outside, which was a big undertaking. But
we didn't get that press release. We didn't know
did
that.
we not
No.
get you guys that?
No, we didn't know that.
We'll have to do a send up for the launch party for the spring because.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's closed now for the season with the temperature, but we'll open it again for the spring. So we'll get that news your way.
We'll do maybe a live down there.
Do a live down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. But I mean, we opened it in the end of September, and we were limited in the time. Essentially, we had October. And we got lucky with some good weather in October, but we're looking forward to having that for the spring, the summer, and the fall next year. But I think looking further down the road, I think we would like to expand, and maybe in the way that you're talking about that, not just expand our site in West Kingston or go to another place and fully expand, but to keep the place in West Kingston and to say Shaidzon Tap Room,
absolutely.
or a division of Shaidzon here in Providence, or maybe some other parts of the state where we could reach an audience that we aren't really drawing down to us as easily. I mean, the way Rhode Islanders can be sometimes not leaving their regions.
Well,
to get us up here to the city is a big deal.
If you live in Providence, you'd have to fly down to Westerly and then drive to West Kingston to be able to go to your location. Chip Samson, Beer Baron of West Greenwich.
West Kingston.
West Kingston, I'm sorry. You could expand into West Greenwich. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the 2 years. We cannot wait to come down to the beer garden in this spring and do a live down there.
Great.
If you'll have us.
Thanks a lot, Josh. I appreciate being back on the show, and look forward to inviting you guys down for the spring launch of the Shaidzon Beer Garden.
We're ready to go. Thanks, everybody. We're going to be back in about 15, 20 minutes with the money man, Gary Sass. We're going to be talking about the financial analysis of the school system in Providence and a few other things. Thanks, everybody.